Probably the accessory we overuse the most on a vehicle is the horn. First, let's start with what a horn is not for. It's not for when you see someone you know on the street and you want them to know you're there. It's not for when you go pick up someone and you want them to know you've arrived. Nowadays, there are smartphones for that anyway. It's not for when you're mad at someone and you want to let them know. It's not for when you're stuck in traffic. Blasting that horn like a psychopath won't magically clear away in traffic. Some people seem to think that the vibrations created by the sound of their horns are going to disintegrate the vehicles in front. It doesn't work that way. When you're stuck in traffic, there's nothing you can do about it. Well, actually, there is something you can do about it, and that is to put on some music and try to relax. Think of it as listening to some music in your living room. You're not moving any faster on your couch. And of course, it's not for flirting. If you want to meet people, there are better ways to do that. Now, these were the obvious ones. Here are some less obvious ones where you still shouldn't use the horn impulsively. When there's a large vehicle in front of you that should be moving but isn't, here you might wonder, if the car in front passed, what is this one waiting for? For the pedestrians, of course. You can't see them because the vehicle is large. Here, the driver is hesitating to turn, and in this case, there wasn't anybody in front. But I couldn't know that because I couldn't see it. So I don't honk, I just wait. Here, the driver in front is not moving because there's traffic on the other side of the intersection. She's doing the right thing. She stays there in order not to block the intersection. But sometimes people don't even make the effort to know what's going on, and some will be honking like crazy in a situation like this one. Before you jump on that horn impulsively, try to figure out what's going on. In this case, I can see through the car windows that there's traffic in front. People also use the horn often just because they're mad at some other driver. Somebody else did something wrong, they blast the horn. When somebody cuts you like this, there's no use in honking. They know they cut you. That was their intention. You're not preventing anything by honking like crazy. Here they cut me even closer. Most people will just slam on the horn. Again, no use. It's not that they don't know what they're doing. Now here's something that you should not do. Get mad and slam on that horn really hard. First, for the obvious reason that it's of no use, the horn won't sound any louder if you hit it harder. But also because it can get stuck. And I'm not proud to say it, but it happened to me years ago. There was someone going ridiculously slow in front of me. I was working and I needed to get somewhere in a rush. So I just lost it. I really slammed that horn. And it got stuck. Now, vehicles have a fuse box located under the steering wheel towards the driver's seat with fuses that protect the vehicle's electrical accessories like the radio, the lights, the power windows, and so on. And one of those accessories is the horn. You can imagine the fuses as like little cables that connect the battery to the accessories that use electricity. So I thought, I'll just remove the horn fuse, so basically, I'm unplugging the horn. The problem was, the horn fuse was shared with the wipers and it was raining heavily that day, so I couldn't remove it. I had to drive around for about 15 minutes to go to my mechanic, feeling like a complete idiot. I was the main attraction on every street I drove on. It was my 15 minutes of fame, kind of. True story. I wish it wasn't. So use your horn only in specific driving situations that require it, and use it only as much as the situation requires. If you use it excessively or for no valid reason, you can get a fine. Now here are some situations where you can and should use it. Nowadays, people can't remove their eyes from their phones, even while driving. So you'll see a lot of distracted people at red lights. When the light turns green, they'll still be stuck there. But you don't need to blast that horn though. Just 1 or 2 little pushes is enough to make them stop looking at their friends' breakfast pictures. This guy in front is looking for something in his car, just a little push is enough. Now in a situation like this one, the truck driver can use the horn with more enthusiasm. The driver in the red van is either distracted or seems to want to change lanes and apparently doesn't see the truck. Which is strange because the truck is not the smallest vehicle you've never seen. But in situations like these, you can use your horn with more motivation. You really want the other driver to know you're there. Now the difference between these two situations is that in this one, there's no immediate danger. In this one, there is. So if there's the risk of a collision, you can use your horn more aggressively. And you can even use it for others, not only for yourself. For example, once I was waiting behind traffic at a red light, next to one of those parking spots that are close to a sidewalk, where people usually exit reversing. There was someone about to exit, and there was a kid just about to pass behind the car. The driver didn't see the kid because he was looking at the central mirror, and the kid didn't realize that the driver was about to hit him. So I honked, and in that case, I really honked. The reaction people will have in a situation like that is that they'll brake and look around to see what happened. That gave time to both the driver and the kid to be aware of what was going on. So there are situations where you can be more aggressive when using the horn, and it's justified. Now, just a side note, this is the reason why I say in some of my videos that when you reverse, you should look mostly behind by turning your head. But I keep getting comments like, why would you turn your head when you have mirrors in the vehicle? Well, because by turning your head, you have a wider angle of view, so you'll see things that you won't see if you're looking only at your mirrors. Notice here how I barely see this dark gray vehicle in my side mirror, and when I turn my head, I see the whole vehicle and the pedestrian approaching my vehicle. In the previous case, the driver was looking in their central mirror, so they didn't see the kid approaching. So to sum up, in situations where people are stopped and just distracted, and there's no real apparent danger, just one or two little pushes will do. If there is danger of a collision, then don't hesitate to blast that horn with a bit more motivation. In the next video, the vehicle itself as a form of communication. So stay tuned and see you soon.